You know, I felt like the universe was trying to tell me something when I tried to open this game and it crashed 3 times in my face. As per usual, we get our beginning cutscene telling us who Sparta is. We see Mundus, like a little statue of him, and that is the last time he's ever mentioned or seen in the game. Also, Trish is gone too. It's just Dante and this new girl, Lucia, who I saw in the fucking start menu. Now, Lucia is in a museum reading about the story of Sparta, and gets attacked by these, like, demon vultures. They just look like vultures, but they have, like, Voldemort's head. Or actually, I think it's the snake. Either way, she's fighting them, and she's about to lose until Dante. Now, she called Dante over here. Apparently, there's a coin in that case that she needs. But either way, after calling Dante over here, she throws her knife at a map on the wall, and she tells him to meet her there. Why did she call him here? Now, there's a couple changes to the movement I want to go over really quickly. So, we get Alistor's knock-up combo and its dash, as just on our regular sword. We also don't have to fucking hit 3 different inputs for 1 dodge, it's just B key, which thank God. That's it. That's literally it. That's the whole game. That is all the combos you have access to. You can dodge, run up walls, and you can double jump, instead of having to buy it. There's also a target lock on. And I'm not gonna lie to you. The guns in this game are so broken. This game has, like, such a small difficulty curve. Like, I literally went through part of the game just not upgrading anything on Lucia until, like, the last fight. Yeah, I forgot to mention, you could play as Lucia. Honestly, just don't pick any. Skipping this game will not, like, hinder you in any way. If you want to play the DMCs and you skip this game, you are not missing out on much. I'm going to tell you this just right now. But I'm going to try my hardest to not complain throughout this whole video. Even though I really fucking want to. I'm just only going to say the stuff that sticks out to me as extremely annoying. Okay? So there are some new types of enemies. Fuck these wolves. And Devil State actually has been changed. So it's not like how it was in the first game where it's tied to the weapon you're wearing. It's now called Devil Trigger. And it is tied to an amulet system where you pick up pieces of an amulet to change, like, its element, like what bonuses it gives, and if it heals or does just extra damage. It really doesn't matter too much, honestly. I was changing out the gems the whole game, and besides from the movement speed and the swimming one, I didn't feel that much of a difference. Either way, at the end of this village, we see the house that Lucia wanted us to go to, where she's trying to find her mother. The house fucking blows up. The house explodes. Nothing. It literally just explodes. And there's a cutscene where she's like, "Oh, mom, mom, mom!" Like, that bitch should be dead. She should be 6 feet under, but she's somehow still alive. Either way, we go up to her, and she tells us that basically there's a demon named Arius who escaped the Underworld, and he's in hiding as a multi-billionaire CEO. Okay, man. And essentially, his building has just started leaking demons. Like, he opened his own, like, basically slice of hell. And it's she asks us, like, "Hey, can you kill this guy?" And I swear to God, Dante got, like, a lobotomy or something. He has, like, 0 personality in this game. He flips a coin and it lands on head. He's like, "Yeah, sure, I'll help you." Dante agrees to help, and he goes into her basement, which leads to, like, underground ruins. These ruins, you just break the doors. And, like, you'll break a door and then a different door on the other side will unlock. They're not really puzzles. I don't understand the point of these. I need to talk to you about the story, though, because this game just never explains anything. Stuff just happens this game. Like, literally stuff just happens. This is that one cutscene the most context here. So, Arius is actually collecting artifacts. They're called Arcana, that have mysterious powers, and I think they come from the Underworld. This is me talking, by the way. The game never explains this. And he's trying to open a portal to the Underworld so demons can take over. And that coin in the beginning we saw that Lucia was trying to take is one of these Arcana. He's collecting them right now. By the way, these tunnels, after you finish them, this puzzle, I don't understand. You stand on a yellow square and you just hit balls. I don't know if, I first tried it. I don't know if there's, like, an order or whatever. And then it leads it to it leads it to, like, the UK. Like, what is this place? How did it lead to these? Now, I actually really like the UK part of the game. This is probably my favorite part. The music here is really sad and nostalgic. Like, I don't understand how it conveys it. We meet this goat guy here, who, get used to seeing him. We go down the way. I see the first secret mission, and I actually complete it. I did all the secret missions, by the way. I didn't miss a single one. I 100% of the game. Secret missions are not hard to find because every door in this game is exactly the same. Like they just look like textures on the wall. There's nothing distinguishing them from the landscape. So I would find these secret missions because I'm just looking for the next door I'm supposed to go to. We go into this train station, which there's a door behind us that's locked, and we meet the Orangura. The Orangura. Now, I'm going to tell you this right now. Remember how I said guns were broken in the beginning? There's literally no point to using a sword. In the first game, I was like so happy that I could hit a boss out of their own combos with my combos. You can't do that here. These bosses attack so fast too. So I can't even do one of my combos before they retaliate. So like, just going up to them and trying to combo them just never works. You get 2 swings and you run away. So it ends up being like way easier to just fucking sit there and spam them with the guns. Which, by the way, the guns just do more damage than the sword if you're comboing. So there's no point to upgrading the sword. Speaking of upgrades, the upgrades are like ridiculously expensive in this game. Like to just an insane degree. It's like 10,000 for the first gun upgrade. You only get like 2,000 if you complete a mission, and there's only like 17 missions. Dude, what the fuck? But either way, I tried upgrading the sword because I did not want to default to the gun for 90% of this playthrough. Orangura is dead. Orangura dies. It's a mix between an orangutan and a gorilla. You know, I wasn't really talking about him because there's no introduction. He's just there. Yeah, he's dead. So we go through, and now we're at a harbor. This is where you get your speed effect for your devil, because there's a time door and you need your speed devil state trigger to get to in time. I found a really fun fucking glitch here. Oh my god, dude. Randomly, with no warning, the audio of your attack will just play a million times over and fucking ear blast you. Why? What the fuck? I was so, like, I literally had to step back and take a break. Either way, we get into this room in the lighthouse with Jokat Golem? Jokat Golem? It's a Hydra. No introduction. You hit the tentacles, and they go inside of her, and then they pop out, but they move, like, really weirdly. The tentacles don't really matter, though. You're supposed to hit her head. You just jump on top of her, and you hit her head, and then she dies. It was a really great and interesting fight. It was very innovative. I don't know. With her dead, we steal a motorcycle, and we drive from this harbor. We drive from the harbor all the way into the city to where the fuck Arius's domain is located, his little slice of hell. We kill Orangura again. I don't know why he's here a second time. There are these tanks that literally just do nothing if you walk up to them and start hitting them. They have like insane health bars, and they don't attack you. They don't attack. There's this helicopter boss which I thought you were supposed to kill it. I'll be honest. You're supposed to run away from it. Don't sit down and try and shoot it. Just run away. It's not worth it. Just run away. That's on me. I'm an idiot. Just run away. It's a chance. After that, we go to the bottom of the building. We leave, and this giant ghoul, like this ghoul, pushes through the building like it's saran wrap, and it starts another fight. I don't even. What is this guy's name? Nephostorus. Well, go fuck yourself, Nephostorus. You can't hit him with a sword. Nephostorus has an undodgeable spray attack. He is too tall for Dante to hit with his sword. And he summons these, like, bats that were just clipping through the floor while I was fighting him, so I couldn't even get rid of the bats. It didn't really matter, though. I'll be honest, this didn't really matter. You just stand under him and he can't hit you. So, I don't know why I'm complaining. My finger hurt from hitting the shoot button too much. But either way, he dies and he has a face, too. His head comes off and he turns into... I swear to God. Nefas Capitis? Nefas Capitis? Nefas Capitis. Alright, whatever. Nefas Capitis didn't have a lot of health. He would just sit there and shoot in one direction. And then he would have like one dash attack. This was a very easy fight. It's probably honestly harder to pronounce his name than to fight him. We go into the building next to him. Which, we just got out of the building. But we went back inside to a different building. And this is like a power plant. I think it generates power. It was also around this time that I was starting to get sick of the enemies in this game. There's like 4 enemy types. Like, I don't know how many times I can see the same dog, the Iras, with a different name, and they just have a different VFX on them with more health. Like, genuinely, there are like 4 types of these dogs, and now in here, there's the fire version of them. It's like that one regular show episode. It's in this power plant, by the way, that I'm gonna kind of... Okay. I get a new sword that literally is the same as my old sword, but it does more damage. What is the point of upgrading my old sword and even having it around if there's just a sword that does better damage? We go through a train. I don't know. We're going through a train to... We're going to try and catch Arius. That's... I'll tell you what's happening, even though it doesn't tell us. Dude, I can't get over this guy's fucking hairline. Holy... Now, we see Arius for the first time at the... We took a train to an offshore oil rig. Basically tell us to go just kick rocks. And then he summons... Furia Taurus. Furia Taurus. That one's easy to pronounce. This is a pretty fun fight. Actually. There weren't that many interesting attacks, and for all of the fights in this game, I honestly would probably say this is easily the best in terms of just combat and combos that I can hit on him because the attack's very slow. This is when I started to feel not having any gun upgrades, by the way, because oh my god, my guns just felt like pebbles to these bosses. Just like, I don't know why I was upgrading the sword at this point. Like, I was genuinely questioning myself. Every boss fight just evolves into me just shooting them until they die. Furia Taurus starts a self-destruct sequence that has just way too much time. They give you like 15 minutes to run out of the building. So we run out, and then we end up in a sacred ancient burial ground. And underneath this ancient burial ground, there's a giant moth named Noctpterin. And I'm not gonna lie to you, this fucking fight sucked. This fight was terrible. You can only shoot it. You can only shoot it while there's these just maggots crawling out from under the floor that one-shot you if they touch you. He doesn't have a lot of health, which should be a plus, but there's damage drop-off, and he's too high up, so the damage drop-off is just ridiculous. And after you kill him, I didn't realize this. I was literally looking over at my different monitor. I wasn't paying attention. He still summons the orbs, and one of them fucking got me in the grab combo and it killed me. So I hated. So I had to fight this boss twice. It was so stupid. And then after, you just go into like these Egyptian ruins. It was like, this game doesn't make sense. We keep going down and we see Bulwark, and his 2 pet wolves. This was not a very fun fight, but I'll tell you what made it worse: the camera system. Now, I harped on DMC1 for this a lot, and you'd think like after a single game they would realize, you know, maybe our camera system just wasn't working. They managed to make it worse. Like, it is just so bad here. On top of that, there's literally a boss directly after this. That is, you are in a tunnel that is rotating. There is a giant ball above you. There's the stupid fucking skulls from the first game. And like, what is happening? You shoot these triangles, then you hit the ball to beat the boss. The boss is rotating. The room is rotating. The camera's rotating. There's no depth perception. This fight, like, what did they expect me to do here? You can't shoot it either. You have to jump it. Directly after this, there is another boss. There is 3 bosses in a row. This guy is Plutonian, and he shoots 2 steel balls at you. This was, out of all the bosses in this game, this is the only guy's design that I actually thought was really cool and interesting. He was not a very fun fight. I'll just tell you this right now. It's for the part. Every boss in this game feels exactly the same. Like, they always feel exactly the same. It's just, if you get in close and you attack more than 3 times, they'll hit you. So you just go back and you shoot them. One of the Arcana is here. We get it, and it turns out the old lady had the rest of the Arcana. Okay, so, alright. So we have all 4 Arcana with us. I don't understand it. We appear. We appear in Arius' main building. We were in some ancient Egyptian ruins, but now we're here. Matia got to the Egyptian ruins, now we're at Arius'. What is Arcana? Should I have played Lucia's story first? Here's another 3 for you. We fight Arius. Lucia says some shit that I'll talk about later. But we fight Arius. This fight was boring as hell. He just sits in the background and summons mobs. That's it. That is the whole fight. You just hit him and ignore the mobs. Okay, that's great. We defeated Arius, but the Underworld is still opening because Dante gave him all of the Arcana. And so now we're back at the first level, but everything has like a dark filter on it. And we need to break these 4 like orbs. But I want to talk about Lucia for a second. So, Lucia was begging us to kill her, whatever. Turns out Lucia is actually a creation of Arius. Like, she thought she was a devil hunter. Apparently, Mathieu, the old grandma, is from a client of Devil Hunters, and she thought she was one of them, but she's actually just a creation.
Why is it just randomly?
I don't know if you you can recognize this, but that is literally just exactly Trish's storyline. What was the point of making a whole new character with the exact same story as Trish? Why not just bring her back at that point? And for these balls that we have to break, I swear to God, the lock-on system in this game, you can't change what you're locked onto. I need to hit these balls, but there are enemies spawning around them, and there's like 50 that spawn in, so it takes like 20 minutes for each ball. And it's like you'll try and hit the ball, and your character's auto-locked to an enemy across the room that you can't see, so you just can't swing it. The camera, like, auto-lock system literally destroyed this game. It was so bad. Anyway, the reason why we're destroying these balls is because it opens the Underworld portal, which is the only way we can get into Arius' building. We go to the Underworld portal, and we fight the spider boss from last game.
Back.
But now it just feels like we do no damage to him. And then we enter, and now we're back inside the building. We teleport. In the building, we need to get 3 sacrileges to bring the demon world closer to the real world. I don't know why we're doing this. I feel like this is the opposite of the plan. Either way, we fight Bulwark again. We fight him again. And then we fight literally the worst boss in the entire game. We are at the door to Arius. We open the door. Dante has like a fucking like aneurysm. The camera zooms in onto him 1,000,000 times. And there's just these 3 heads. That now, I don't know if you can tell, but you're not able to melee these heads here. So, my gun, I didn't level it up at all. The damage fall off from where they are is insane. The heads have just the most stupid attacks ever. If the electric one comes onto the platform and decides he wants to do a shockwave, it is just a guaranteed, like, it's a guaranteed hit. No matter where you are, no matter how good you time your dodge, it's just going to hit you. I am not exaggerating. This is the worst boss fight in the game. Like, I don't want to spend too much time here, but this is the worst fight in the game. When it dies, thankfully it dies, we go into Arius' room, where it's just another repeat of the first fight, except instead of summoning little dogs, he summons Lucia's. Okay, cool. Now, by the way, the ritual now makes him immortal. So if he finishes the ritual with all the Arcana, it makes him immortal. And the Arcana is just, they're in the back. And the Arcana that's supposed to be the coin, Dante swapped it with the coin he had in the beginning. I don't understand the thought process behind this. You gave him all the Arcana except for a fake one, and then he didn't like care to check in and be like, oh, maybe this one isn't as magical as I thought. He just trusted him fully. He's like, yeah, let me put on. And when he dies, apparently the Underworld portal, you know, we were opening it this whole time, is still open. So Dante and Lucia, they're talking about like, oh no, which one of us is gonna go in? One of us has to stop it, because whoever goes in the portal can't come out. Dante's like, I'll do it, because he flips a coin and he gets heads. Okay. He goes inside, and there's just this giant amalgamation of every boss in the series so far, which is a really, really cool concept, besides from the fact that it is the worst fight, like, in the game, behind the 3 heads. It's literally just, whatever part of the platform you're standing on, that specific boss will just spam you with 1 attack. Literally 1 attack. So you just walk around the whole thing and you hit it. That's the whole fight. That is the whole fight with Argosax the Chaos. This fight took me like 30 minutes because it's fighting 8 different bosses that all do 1 attack. But it does get a lot better, okay? With Argosax the defeated, we fight the embodiment of despair, which was actually a pretty fun fight. I'm not gonna lie. I actually did enjoy this fight. It was very challenging. I didn't level up my guns. He's very aggressive. He felt a lot like Nello Angelo from the first game. That was probably the most fun fight in the first game, and this is probably the most fun fight in the second game. So, you know, it gets points for that. I really liked the despair the embodiment of despair. The despair embodied dead, Dante is just stranded in hell, and that's how his story ends. It tells you to go play Lucia's levels, which I did, and I did record. But I'm just going to go over them very quickly because I don't think you want to watch 10 minutes of me just going through all of the levels Dante did, just instead it's Lucia. So I'm just gonna go over the levels that were unique to Lucia, which are around 4. Now every boss I thought was complete ass, up until the Moth. You have to redo just basically as Lucia. The only main difference between Lucia and Dante is Lucia has a different ranged attack, and Lucia's dash combo isn't a dash. It just hits enemies up. So honestly, she just kind of feels worse to play. Now Lucia, her unique levels start when she goes underwater. She has underwater levels. Now the underwater levels in this game, they are a massive improvement from the first game. They're in third person. They still suck, though. They're still pretty bad. You get the swimming form of your Devil Trigger, and after exploring the Egyptian ruins from earlier, except they're all underwater, you fight this invisible fish named Tatio Besu. Tatio, whatever. He's invisible, so you just can't hit him. You just can't hit him. He only goes visible when he tries to bite you. So you have to wait till he bites you, and then you hit him, and he has just an ungodly amount of health. But I can't really say much. I should mention I wasn't upgrading any weapons on Lucia because I wanted the game to not be completely fucking boring. That's the main difference between Lucia and Dante. When they get to the Egyptian ruins, her part of the Egyptian ruins is just underwater. You play through the game again until you get back to Arius's office. And I swear to God, you have to fight the stupid fucking 3-headed boss again. I was literally raging so hard on this part. Like, I was baby raging. This shit pissed me off. You can change the element of damage that your Devil Trigger does. And I was using electric on Lucia. And for some reason, the electric Devil Trigger on Lucia just does no damage to this boss. It is a genuine bug. It is just genuinely bugged. Like, you might be like, oh, well, maybe you were just hitting the electric head. Nope. Any head you hit with the electric... Whatever. Fuck. This boss deserves no screen time. Fuck this boss. And after Arius gets defeated, we get the POV of where basically Dante goes inside hell. And it turns out that Arius actually is still alive after Dante defeats him. So we get our own unique final boss, Possessed Arius. Which was really fun. Like, this is up there. This is one of the best boss fights in the game. This is an actual fight. And since I wasn't doing fucking infinite damage to it, I was actually having a lot of time dodging his combos and going in with swords to do, like, actual damage to him. Honestly, if it were up to me, I would swap these bosses. Like, I would swap her and Dante's bosses. I feels like Dante's way more suited to this boss, who's kind of like a brawler in which you have to get in close. He has, like, tentacle attacks and shit. It was a fun fight. After we defeat him, though, he has a second phase. Oh my God, he has a second phase. You're in a canyon. Like, he breaks the street in two. Like, he splits it. And he's like a giant monster that's like clinging onto the rocks. The camera angle is so bad. The camera angle is so bad. His attacks, like, are just... I don't understand it. The attacks are just so frustrating to dodge. And I would be like, oh, this boss, whatever, I had this strategy, whatever. If you just stand under him and to the left a little bit, he just can't hit you. So I just stood under him to the left. I held down the shoot button, and then he died. That was the fight. That was the fight. He dies. There's a couple revelations. So Dante's coin he's been flipping this whole time. He's like, oh, if it's heads, I'll help you, which is his only personality quirk in this game. Turns out both sides are heads. Okay.
Damn.
Also, I forgot to mention that he already knows the story that Mathieu tried to tell him. I forgot that was kind of an important thing. The story is just that Sparta went to hell to do the exact same thing Dante's doing now. I'm gonna be honest. Final thoughts. If you want to play DMC, just skip this one. Like, this game feels like it should be the first game. It feels like the game that isn't fleshed out compared to the second one, but whatever.